Sports Connection, sponsored by Sterling Chiropractic.
Welcome into Sports Connection. Lauren Floyd and Brian Webb. It was spring break for the kiddos, but guess what? It was a very busy week on the Hill.
Man, lots going on up there.
And let's just start off right off the bat with some WKU baseball. What a series for them. This afternoon, they did drop Game 3 against Dallas Baptist, but Dallas Baptist is the 8th ranked team in the country in baseball. They won the first two games 4-1, then 6-3. They did drop the third game 3-0 off of a 3-run homer, but they did clinch the series, and that is Dallas Baptist's first conference series loss since they joined the conference last season. If that doesn't make a statement, I don't know what does.
Listen, all I know is I hope Raridan's contract buyout is like $8 gazillion. Sorry, you're stuck with us, brother.
It's awesome for the team, especially whenever they host Louisville on Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Special guest is throwing the first pitch, and we'll get into that in a little bit. We're going to shift over to WKU softball. They took on Liberty, who's been at the top of this conference. They won Game 1, 1-0. Then they dropped Game 2, 9-1 in 5 innings. Today's game was a lot closer, a lot of back and forth. Western had a 4-0 lead. Next thing you know, it's tied up at 4-4. Western regained the lead 5-4, but they ultimately dropped it 7-5. They will be back in action at Ole Miss for a 3-game series starting on Friday. So that'll be a little SEC competition for them. Get prepared for Kentucky whenever they come here.
All I know is I could watch Katie Gardner pitch for like 24 straight hours. She
awesome.
Reminds me of Caitlin Clark on the basketball
And that first
court.
game, she almost pitched a perfect game.
That is
almost.
just incredible.
Moving on over to some hot rods. It was opening day the other day on Friday. They just wrapped up their first series. It was a 3-game series against Hudson Valley. The Renegades, they did fall in the series 2-1, but they had a huge opening day win. It was 6-1 final score. They took a 14-2 loss yesterday, and just like Western, they had a 3-0 loss today, all coming within just one inning. That one inning was the determining factor here, but we're just getting started with some Hot Rods baseball, and they will be back in action on Tuesday as they head to Greensboro, and that will be their first 6-game series of this season.
It was a little chilly out there, wasn't it?
On opening day, it was chilly. I had a hoodie and 2 jackets on. My hands were cold. And then going out there this afternoon, it was a beautiful day outside. So, hey, April weather, it can bring a lot of different things. And speaking of new things, we have a new head coach on the Hill. Hank Colonna is the new men's basketball coach at Western Kentucky. And we don't have too much time, but Brian, I want to get your take on this new head coaching decision.
Hey, look, I mean, anytime you don't have to look far, I'm sorry, I can't talk. He already has a great rapport with these guys. These guys, I don't see anybody running for the hills.
And that's what it seems
all
like.
Very much positive stuff. Hank's going to do a great job. And, let's let him stick around a little while and get it going and keep it going. I'd like to have a guy for 5 years or so.
Whenever like that introductory press conference and what I've seen from him so far, it doesn't seem like he's going to be going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, this is his first head coaching position at the D1 level. He did coach 8 years as a head coach at the JUCO level, but he has been around this team. He brought Enoch Kalambe and Don McHenry with him. He has the perfect basketball head coach hairstyle.
Don McHenry, I mean, that should be enough right there to silence anybody that's confused right now. I mean, look at what that young man's been able to do. Been coached by Coach Colonna. I'd say with that and the flowing locks of hair, I think we're in for a good treat here coming up, WKU basketball. Maybe we can go back to the tournament next year. Why not?
And we're going to stick with some spring sports after the break, and we're going to kick things off. Stick with WKU as we're going to talk to tennis head coach Greg Davis right here on Sports Connection.
40 love.